Hey guys, just wanted to make a video sharing my thoughts on the upcoming North American qualifiers for PGS2 America qualifiers into PGS2 main event. Go over the teams real quick and then even pick my fantasy roster for the games this weekend. As you can see, it's going to be a bit low effort of a video because I want to get this one out as quickly as possible. Because again, games are this weekend. So first, looking at the teams that are playing, the 16 teams from North America, 8 invited / qualified from PAS1 a lot earlier this year, a lot earlier to be honest, and then 8, of course, that qualified through the open qualifier. Invited teams, pretty straightforward. You got the Kings of Luminosity, you got Sonics, you got the new Shoot to Kill. Controversial, I would say. With the new addition of Adam. So I think a lot of curiosity is going to be on how they perform. They look okay in scrims so far, but we're going to have to see how... I mean, scrims, you can only take so much from scrims, right? So we're going to see how they can actually deliver on the... in the event itself, right? Third Eye as well, because they lost Adam, replaced with Balefrost. This is another exciting roster. I'm not going to go through all the roster moves because I have a whole video talking about that, but Third Eye, Elevate, really good. Friendly Fire, I'm excited to see what they can play as. Actually, I will say, because when I made a video talking about Page and Pixel being added, that was before I saw scrims, and as I said, you can only take so much from scrims, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from these guys. I'm really liking how they're playing, that their tempo seems a lot more managed and under control, and so I think this might be the best version of Friendly Fire that we have ever seen. So I think these guys can be a really big threat. Snek, previously known as Funny Business Incorporated. Don't know why they changed the name. Thought the old logo was better, but it is what it is. Team Dynamic as well. And then the open qualifier teams. Dragon Tiger Barrel Showdown, best team name in the game, is definitely the big boys coming from open qualifier. Greg Shot, Vegas, Honey Badger, and the new kid at Cowboy is an incredibly strong team. This is probably the best team coming in from the open qualifiers. My memory isn't great, but I wouldn't be surprised if... I think it's fair to say that they definitely have a chance, if they aren't already, the best team that we've seen come from opens in quite a while. I think Yahoo, the last time they came in through opens, was probably the only other team that can take the spot going in recent memory. But either way, this is a really, really strong team. I would probably put them over Dynamic Snek in terms of expectations. Honestly, where they fit in relation to Friendly Fire, Elevate, and Third Eye is a big question, and then Shoot to Kill as well. A lot of question marks around... question mark around Shoot to Kill. Question mark on how these guys fit in with these other three. But I would definitely put them over Snek and Team Dynamic for sure. But everyone else, those guys, has a couple of players that I recognize the name of, but nothing too big. Tilt Town, same thing. I recognize Clemson. Probably the biggest name that I recognize from that. Train to Go, Cater, I recognize that name for sure. Rats has a couple of names that actually all these names I recognize. Finna's new team. Orion, recognize a couple of these guys. What It Takes. Roggy, actually, from Brazil, playing on a North American team is a very interesting move. I think they can deal some damage. And Old and Young, don't recognize a single one of these. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what they can do. As far as which of these teams, what are the 8 that are going to qualify? If I had to just nail it down, I would say for sure Luminosity, Sonics. But yeah, that's where it gets a little complicated from there. It's 8 teams, so I'm just gonna go off the dome. Let's say Elevate, Friendly Fire, Dragon Tiger Barrel, SDK, Third Eye. Yeah, it really is. Okay, really my answer is just coming down to who replaces these 2 teams, if anyone. So Dragon Tiger is going to be in there, probably over Dynamic. Does a team have a better chance over Snek? I don't think so. I think it's going to be these 4, replace Dynamic with Dragon Tiger Barrel Showdown, and that's probably the most likely outcome. You could definitely throw Rats in there. You could definitely throw... What It Takes has some good names on it. Yeah, I think so. After that, I'd probably say Dynamic Stay, then it goes Rats, then What It Takes, and then Orion. But it's really hard to call because there are a lot of new rosters, right? By the way, yeah. So let's go into the fantasy. Let's get to what you all came here for. Selecting my team. This is going to be hard, okay? Honestly, I'm probably just going to lock in Kickstart as my star. Kickstart is such a good player. Ooh, this is the thing. This is the thing, though. Okay, so Luminosity struggled hard at PGS1. We all know that. But that's the only time that they've ever really struggled. They were the best performing American team at PGC last year. You can't look at all of their good performance, overtaking Sonics as the best team in North America, and look at one event. Be like, oh well, they're washed. That's just stupid. The big question though is, do you take Kickstart or Snakers? Because Kickstart is by far the better player, but with only $300 price difference. That's a really hard. I'm not looking at this from Luminosity. That's a really, really hard call to take. And then Tickleton's also. Oh my. Okay, you know what? I'm okay. I'm not gonna go Luminosity. I'm not going to go Luminosity for this because they actually do have a history of struggling when they hit initial qualifiers. They don't do a great job of playing down to the level of the open competition that comes in. The amount of time that we've seen them get sort of backstabbed by a team that, what's the old adage of like, oh, they shouldn't be there. It hits Luminosity. So instead, I'm totally changing my plan. I'm actually gonna go Tig at the start. And okay, Vegas is about time properly rated for when he was on SDK. I don't know if this is properly rated for Dragon Tiger Barrel, because it's a new team. There's always going to be big question marks, even though I'm incredibly excited for this team. In fact, where is Greg Shot as far as taking that team? Greg Shot's down here. That's a little more valid. Okay, let's go. Let's pick my low player first. I usually go high, low, and then fill in the gaps. Ice Tech's all right. Being so cheap for not a sub could fill a slot. That's not a bad pick. Things I don't know anything about these guys. Finna did play well last time. Last time we saw him, I believe. Hooligan. See, if I pick anyone from Snek, it's gonna be Tater. Full stop. You know what? Cowboy being at 17K might be the play. Because we know that this guy is supposedly a young gun. There's going to be questions about how he can perform against the big guys. And I would be more nervous to pick him in the full qualifiers when it's top 8 from North America versus top 8 from Latin America. But I probably wouldn't pick him if he, like, let's just say on the off chance that he does qualify to PGS2. I probably wouldn't pick him for fantasy there. And this is actually a lot harder than I thought. He won't be a bad one at 19. The thing is that they change the prices all the time, so I don't really have. I have to like adjust my benchmarks. Oh, yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought. Okay. Poonage being at 21 is actually looking really good. I'm going to lock him in. I'm just a little bit over half, which is actually really good, considering I'm not going to pick anyone close to Tig's power. Can I fit Tater in? Can I fit Greg and Tater? Oh, just barely can't. Fuck. Leave Greg in. So it's like if I take Greg and Tater, who can I afford? Could afford Roth. That would work. Now if I bring back in Poonage, who's even cheaper, who could I afford? Oh, do I go Page or Pixel? I'm liking the friendly fire pick here. With Poonage and Greg Shot, this is looking really strong. I'm liking the friendly fire. Oh, boy. See, the problem is, though, that this goes against the previous meta that I used to do with fantasy, which is like one high, one upper mid, one lower mid, one low. So, like, evenly split. But this is looking like one high, 3 mid. Is there someone that's really, really cheap that I would throw a curveball pick at? The thing is, the price doesn't actually go down all that much for anyone who is... that we know about. I guess Ice Tech, but... it's hard to make a call on Ice Tech. Fuck. Okay, let's see who I can pick if I pick Ice Tech, drop Poonage. Who's the most expensive that I can pick here? Okay. Oh. Ooh. Oh, the Richard Bisler is calling my name. Do I prefer Richie B and Ice Tech over Poonage and Raw or Poonage and Page? I don't. It's honestly 50-50 for me at this point. Oops. That's the problem with. It's 64 players. Infinite combination. I gotta just make a call. Do I want to commit to the Greg shot? That's okay. Question number one. Do I commit to Greg? I might actually commit to the Richie B. I can get my board sharp shot, and who's left? The thing is, I like all of these, all these different selections that I'm making. I like every single version of them. Oh, like a cowboy. We gotta hit if I want to commit. If I want to commit to Richard Bisler, I can get the cow. The thing is, cowboy and Tater. It's a pretty heavy commitment, but that's. Do we think Rich is the 26K? Do we agree with that? I don't really like how these stats work a lot, but. And then I'm forgetting about Ethan. Okay. Does it say when the stats are just the last tournament? That's kind of weird. It's kind of whack. It's like the last tournament is like, this is for PGS1. Last tournament for these guys is PAS1. So it's a bit weird. Okay, I just got to make a gut call. You know what? Let's do the original one. What was it? It was Paige. It was Greg shot, and then Poonage. Yeah. Okay. I think this is a pretty good one. I think this is a pretty good roster. I think I'm going to lock this one in. How do I lock that one in? Choose captain. Obviously, Tig. Obviously, Tig. Bench player. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this thing. Got the bench. The whole bench situation is weird if this is the same. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Ooh, I could choose. I can get Finna as a bench. Wait, why does this go low to high? That doesn't make any sense. These are strong benches. I mean, I guess I could choose Pixel. Then that's two from Friendly Fire. That's a bit heavily weighted on one team, unless it's Page. Same with the Roth. Let's go T. Yeah, let's go T-Sock. All right, that's the team. You can copy it if you want. If you copy, this is not official financial advice. There's no legal safety here. You're on your own if you choose to copy this. But yeah, that's my pick.